just hear that V8 power. V10 sounds more high pitch, and it definitely has more of a raspy, exotic tone. Whereas in this, it sounds almost, I don't want to say like a muscle car, but for an exotic, it's got some gurgle to it, does it not? So starting off at number 5 out of the top 5 things that I love about my Audi R8. Since I'm an actor, I feel like my R8 is also an actor. It's loved in Hollywood. It's always on the big screen. I feel like this car is constantly in movies. Makes me feel that I have a piece of Hollywood with me. Just to name a few movies off the top of my head: Date Night with Steve Carell and Tina Fey. It's also in Crazy Rich Asians, Johnny English, and it does make a few appearances in the Fast and the Furious franchise. It is in Taken 3, it's in Spider-Man Homecoming, also in Avengers, and last but not least, one of my favorite movies would be Iron Man. Now, in the first Iron Man, Tony Stark is actually driving the V8 Audi R8, and that's because the V10 R8s weren't even off the production line yet. The fourth reason why I love my Audi R8 is because it's such an easy conversation starter. It's also great for networking. Now, besides me being an actor, I'm also involved in real estate. It'd be a personal experience, but I've had so many people come up to me and just start talking to me about cars or what kind of work I'm involved in. Before you know it, we're exchanging business cards and we're talking about business and possibly doing business together. That's why it makes its way to number 4 is this car is a networking tool, so to speak. Now, making its way to the third thing I love most about my Audi R8, this comes with a built-in launch control. Whether you're racing or you're just having some fun, the launch control on this car with the all-wheel drive is insane. Now, I've raced quite a few cars with my R8, some of which are pushing 700 and even 800 horsepower rear-wheel drive. Now, this car off the line with all-wheel drive and launch control, it really puts in some work. The difference between, you know, the V10 R8s and the V8 R8s. Off the line between a V8 and a V10, first through third gear, they're pretty much neck and neck. I have to say that the V8 holds its own. Making its way to number 2 would have to be the sound of the V8. This isn't a stock exhaust, this is a full titanium exhaust. And it wasn't cheap either, but it does help give it that thick, heavy gurgle. I love the way the V10 sounds, but there's just something about a meaty V8 that sounds tough. I'm having too much fun now. Let's go to number 1. Making its way to number 1 out of the top 5 most things I love about my Audi R8 would have to be the body lines. That's my most favorite thing about this car. The stance, the aesthetics, pretty much all around, the appearance of this car is just stunning. Simply put, it's a work of art.